I want to start off by saying, now I understand you guys' little nervousness, awkwardness with the camera. I just want to put out a disclaimer that some of your videos, the audio is kind of distorted because of the wind. So I apologize for that. But hopefully you guys still enjoy this little documentary. It wasn't supposed to be this long, but it ended up being almost an hour long, which I now condensed to 25 minutes. Why did I want to create this film? I wanted to create this film because I wanted to look back and see all the people that had an impact on my life that do not include my family, at least not my direct family, if that makes sense, my parents or my brother. People who I met along the way, who had an impact on me and that taught me something or that influenced me in some sort of way throughout my 4 years of high school, and some I met during middle school or even before that. Okay, while that was my initial goal or intention of the film, and it still kind of is, I did want to create this little film or little interview, I guess you could call it, because I wanted to look back like during my adulthood to see all the people who had an impact on me, who are my best friends, who are my family members. And unfortunately I couldn't, in the final product of this video, I couldn't include all the people that had an impact on me because either they decided they didn't want to be part of the video, you know, privacy reasons, or I just didn't get the chance to record them. So I am gonna try to make like a second part for like the people that I didn't get to record or I didn't get to ask, or I did ask but something happened, we just couldn't do it. This video was pre-recorded. I did record these clips 6 months ago during the summer, and it is now December, about to be 2022 in a few days, which is insane. Looking back at this video, it is crazy because a lot of the things that my friends had said, like the ones that I'm still in contact with, they have changed, like their lives have changed, or like their personal outlooks on certain aspects of life have changed, which is crazy to think like in a span of 6 months, like a lot can change. People's situations, their perspectives, their outlooks on life. If you're wondering why I'm wearing this mask, it's because I got COVID a week ago, so literally I've been quarantined for the past few days, but I'm good now. My voice maybe sound a little raspier, but I'm pretty much good. Yes, enjoy this film. I'm sorry if I'm talking a lot. I know you're probably like, just get to the video already. But yes, thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoy. It is kind of long, I know. Oh, bye. No, I don't think so. Oh yeah, you want to get the questions before you start actually? Okay, nice. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah, 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, my name is Leslie Hetamani Rodriguez.
Jose Vasquez,
Isaiah Soto,
Oscar Gandara,
Jordi Perez,
And I'm 18 years old.
17,
18,
16.
17.
Woo.
The hard truths. This whole idea of like growing up, I don't know, it's kind of like an interesting topic for me because I don't know, I just feel like I'm a kid and I'm always gonna be a kid. Like my dad, it's funny, he has like this like childlike characteristic in his like personality, so he like still acts like a kid at times, and I feel like I have that and I still show it because, you know, people look at me and they're like, damn girl, you look like you're 12, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know, I just feel like I'm always gonna have that kid-like characteristic like my dad does. This whole idea of just growing up and like being out there in the world by your own or on your own, I don't know, kind of like making it is a little bit scary. Is the hard truth is that you're gonna grow up, and I don't know if I'm ready for that. But I have to accept it because, you know, you can't stop time. So
I don't really have any truth that I kind of ignore.
You're too bright. This is a good check the camera. Becoming an adult, because I do not want to become an adult, pay taxes, but then I want to live with somebody. I don't know who. Moving out is a nice thought, but like I don't want to grow up or like go to college and all that. adult stuff. I hate it, and I just ignore it, even though I'm like close to like graduating. I hate seniors. I hate myself becoming a senior.
It's a fire truck. There's like not really much. The harsh truth, I can't think of anything that would I know that I ignore. I don't know, like I can't think of it unless I'm ignoring it too. I don't know.
The hard truth, I guess I would say it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask for a helping hand, because you know sometimes you gotta swallow your pride. And I mean, it's never bad, because everybody needs a little help.
So it's that phase. I don't know. It was around 10th grade when they kind of like waved over me. I think during the end of 10th grade, going into 11th grade, that's when it really started. And I don't know, it was kind of bumpy, and this whole like transition where I lost my best friend, and then I got into like a really weird relationship, which was kind of, it was like the timing was really off, and I just wasn't happy with myself. And my aunt was leaving, and my aunt had this guy named Rafael, which isn't the one I dated, but another Rafa. Rafita Papita, that's his name. I was friends with him, and there was a times where I just felt so like not worth like being his friend, where I like kind of disconnected myself from him, because I didn't want him to like hang out with like a sophomore for his senior year. Like I just thought I gave him a bad image. With all my thoughts eating me, I pushed myself away from like the only friend I had in high school, and that sucked. I don't know, just like devaluing your worth because of like someone else, or just for someone else's benefit, which obviously didn't benefit him because he hated that I did that, was pretty sucky, which I didn't like that phase, which upped up the depression and all that. My sad nibba hours was probably the worst phase ever.
The worst phase in my life is probably the middle school phase. Just cringy jokes all around. Everyone is just so loud and so cringy, especially with puberty happening all around, with my voice cracking and stuff like that. My hairstyle, it's just cringe.
Middle school. You know why? Because very cringy days. Even now, I'm still a cringy person. I had a lot of regrets. Kind of made some enemies. But I think everything's good now. They don't go to my school.
The worst phase probably middle school. No joke, middle school. I think you see me where I had like long hair to the side. Yeah. No, at that time I was just in my room all the time. I would like never go out. I never liked anything. That did change over time. Like like that did change. It took like 2 years after 8th grade to change. Like sophomore year was like where it really changed. Like, middle school was probably the worst phase of my life.
My worst phase would have to be, I wouldn't say worst, but I would say like previously, the situations that I've gone through shouldn't be things that have to be experienced. There's a good benefit out of it.
It's obviously I gotta stop with the props. Driving, come on now, yeah. I think everyone know I've been doing this for a while. For sure, driving. Driving's really cool. Not like basic everyday driving, and not friggin' racing on the freeway at like 3 a.m. I like the canyon driving, a bit more safer, the bit more educational, the bit more you know what you're doing type of driving. It gives me an adrenaline rush, and I think it also is a way that I've realized is a way to help me cope with like my stress or anxiety when I'm having a really tough day. Like in school, when I had really tough days, I would go to the canyon after. When I'm driving there, it's like I'm no longer Leslie, like I'm one with this car, and it sounds super cringe, but yeah, that's what I like doing. It's super cool too because I've been driving since I was pretty young. It's just something that is cool to see for myself, slowly seeing myself progress in driving and get faster and faster, and prove to these damn boys that a little girl like me can be as fast as them. It's just something else. Girl, I gotta take you over there. Like, you need to see what I be doing over there. Like, if you got scared and we were driving on the street, you're gonna shit yourself when we go to the canyon.
Whenever I'm playing sports and playing with my friends online, like video games like COD and like Rocket League.
My life right now, the friends I have right now, the person I'm talking to, I guess. Not I guess. Or at least I think I'm talking to. It's nice talking to somebody. But then again, do you really need somebody in your life? No, because you're your own person, and you can make yourself happy. Period.
It's like not family reunions, but like stuff that has to do with family, big parties where we're just out at night. Those moments, like with family, the older you get, you realize you don't need people and all you need is family. I don't know if you felt like that, but like over the time, like I just felt like I don't need these people. The only people I need are family and stuff, and I just like go parties and stuff with them and just hang out with them, or just like even be outside their house sometimes. I live for that.
It would just be long car rides, just listening to music, whether I'm with someone or not. Mainly by myself. It just feels good.
Well, actually, I would consider myself neutral. I believe in like everything happens for a reason. Not more in the religious part, but more on like just the logical part. I guess, yeah, I would say I would believe in that. As of right now, there's this car that's being sold, which is my dream car, the Mazda Speed Protege. This guy's offering to sell it for me. He's willing to hold it for me. When I get enough money, I could buy it off of him. But I honestly just told him to just let it go because I don't need it. You know, I have a car, I have the money to, you know, take care of that car. So if it wasn't meant for me, then it was meant for someone else. That's how I'm kind of going about it. I would say I do believe in it.
Yeah, kind of. Depends on like how you look at it. Look at it as like every decision you make kind of changes your destiny. And, like if you would have done this, it would have altered to that, to like something else.
Perhaps. I mean, I still feel like if I... That's a really good question. Can we skip this question? I mean, I would say yes, but I don't know how to explain why. Oh, I know. So, I think I do believe in it, because me and Michelle, the photographer, or not photographer, but director, I'm assuming, I don't know, I'm really bad at, like, theater words, or whatever. Me and her weren't that close back then. Well, somehow we got closer together, which I'm very forgetful. I don't know, but we got closer. But yeah.
And fate, do you mean like this was destined to happen? No, not that's destiny, right? Or fate? Yeah, no, I believe some things were meant to happen. Some things though, not everything. I kind of believe in fate, but then I lean onto the no kind of still, because like some things still happen when I don't want them to. I mean, but like then that's fate, so, but then that's, so I believe in it after that. I was like, well, that was meant to happen. But it's like in the middle.
Yeah, I believe that everyone's life is written and everything happens for a reason. Because when you think about it, you just wonder, like, was this supposed to happen? If you think that it was supposed to happen, then it makes you the person you are. And that's just how you are. The things that you go through make you who you are.
I mean, I think I'm pretty much the same. I mean, the only changes I could think of is like personal interests, where, you know, I used to be into anime, now I'm not. I wasn't really into, you know, video games as much as I was when I was younger, but now I am. The only thing I can think of, I think my personality is like still the same. I think. I mean, I still act the same. I still talk the same. I'm probably a little more girly-ish than I was a couple years ago.
I just want to be an all-around like calmer person and not be like all loud, because I know how loud kids are annoying. So I kind of looked at that now that I'm older, how they're annoying. So I don't really want to annoy the people around me. I changed to become like a more calm, low-spoken person.
That there are a lot of fake people out there that only want to use you for shit when they want you, like when they want help. And it's okay to leave somebody if they're toxic, because you matter at the end of the day. They're not always going to be there for you, not even your friends, because then one day they'll grow up without you and forget about you. So yes. Next question.
That was probably during sophomore year, when I moved back to McFarland from Wonderful. I moved and like everything changed, like everything. Even my friends told me like they didn't even recognize me when I went to stores and stuff. But from the way that I talked, because like over there I talked like extremely formal. I wouldn't like swear or anything. I wouldn't like use slang or anything. Now I say like a lot more because I don't know how to like talk more. Being here is like, it changed me basically. The people I was around, they talked in slang and stuff, you know. The way they acted as well, like, and the way they dressed as well. Like, switching schools switched me basically.
That was poetic right there.
I would say meeting a lot of people, because everyone's different. Everyone has their own experiences and life lessons and things they contribute to your life. At the end, everybody you meet always changes you. Not completely, but a little bit at a time.
My emotional IQ. I think I'm fucking retarded when it comes to like love and shit. Like, I don't know how to express myself, which is super ironic because like I could see it from like say how my parents interact with each other. I'm like, oh, that's love, and then I'm like, okay, let me go do that, and I fucking do the fucking opposite. Like, I just make shit like 10 times more awkward than it has to be. I am hoping it's just a teenage phase. Like, it's just something teenagers go through where it's like they don't know how to fucking, you know, so like they don't know how to do like that whole romantic stuff. That's probably the one thing I would change, is just knowing how to express my like feelings towards like someone that I'm into, which I don't know how to do that. Future kids, don't be like your mama.
Being lazy and not wanting to do stuff. Stop like doubting myself, thinking that I won't be able to do it. Always second think myself, second guess mostly everything that I do. I don't know why. I just do it.
Nothing really. Maybe regret. Maybe not. Like quitting soccer and that's it. But then again, money is a problem. So yeah. Just like to help me stay in shape, basically.
I don't know. There's not really much I want to change. If it just changes, then it changes. But I wouldn't like go like, oh, I want to change this. Like, if it just happens, then it happens.
My motivation. I feel like I could improve on trying to find what motivates me more and try to build up on that, because I think that's really important.
Okay, for this portion of the video, you get to choose between two questions. Some decided to answer both questions, which is fine, but you could choose either or. The first question was, what is the purpose of all existence? Question 2 is, with living all your hardships and good fortunes, what would you tell your younger self? And that younger self could be from any age span that you want, any particular event, era in your life that you would like to tell yourself.
Sometimes when I think about it and I think of like why we're here, it gets me so confused because I don't understand why we're here. Like, if you think about it, like if Earth weren't here and humans didn't exist, like what would be the alternative? Like, so say it wasn't Earth that was here as a planet, like in, you know, in the aligned solar system, and it was something called Roth, and it had nothing to do with human existence. Where would we be? Would we be a star? Would we be fucking molecules? Like, I just don't understand. I get confused sometimes when I think about it. If I weren't here and I just stopped breathing and I just didn't exist, or no one here existed, what would we be? And then when I think about it, I'm like, well, shit, that makes me want to go out and live my fucking life. There isn't any like alternative to, you know, a human life. Like, you just have to go out of it. Go out and make the best of your life. Don't stress out too much about school. Live a little, you know, get in trouble, you know, have sex, use protection, have kids, raise a family, do whatever the fuck you want. Yeah, do whatever makes you happy, so that you could say that you successfully lived because you were able to experience it all. Shit, that got me fucked up. Not giving a fuck what other people say, because I know that that's one thing I struggle with, was connecting with my feminine side, because I lived most of my life as a tomboy. Like, sometimes I feel like if I were to like try out getting nails or putting on makeup or growing out my hair, I feel like people are gonna look at me and be like, I thought you were a tomboy, or bitch, I thought you were gay. Like, why are you all of a sudden trying to be a girl? Just, you know, staying true to what makes you feel happy and what makes you feel right.
I'll tell myself to kind of be like a more social and try to talk with people, hold conversations better, and also to try being more affectionate, because later on you're not going to be able to like really show it that much or express it.
For the first one, it's just to live life and to enjoy life. Enjoy it right now, like right now, how we're just filming the video. I am enjoying just talking about what's on my mind right now, I guess, or the questions. Like right now, we're in the park, and like there's a sunset. You guys can't see it, but I can, obviously. That's like a good thing many people like underappreciate. Some people just like stay indoors, and like I'm calling myself out. Stay indoors and like don't appreciate life right now. Like the grass, the tree, and also that we're killing this earth because of our selfish needs, like natural resources, I think. What's the next question? From elementary, like first grade, I wouldn't tell them that much because I wouldn't want to like spoil the adventure they will have in this life. Just to enjoy life, and it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay to have all these emotions, and that you're unique. I can't say human being because you won't understand. You're a unique person, caring, and you'll do so many great things. Just don't screw up.
The first one is, existence. Like, I don't even know why I'm here. I'm just like, we're here. I can't say why we're here. It's the question that we all think of. Like, why was I born? It's like at some point my mind just started, like when I was like 4 or something, probably like kindergarten. That was like when I really started like thinking, like looking around and stuff and being, what is all this? No, we did travel to Mexico, and I was like, this place is different, way different. I've never been there and stuff. And they talked about it, and I was like, I wonder what it's like there. People from different places, they think of different reasons why we're here, and like based on where they live. Like, I don't know how to explain. Like, I'm just getting confused, just trying to explain like why the world isn't black, why it's created. I don't know how or why, but we're here. And some people wonder what happens when you leave, if it's really black and then white after that. Like, that seems scary. But like, the second one sounds interesting too, but like, I don't know what I would tell my younger self. I'd probably just tell him like, stay away from stuff, like to actually stay away from stuff. You know, like how parents and stuff told you like, oh, stay away from this and that. Like, if you stay away from like, what's called, like drugs and alcohol. It's like the real thing you stay away from. If your parent drinks or like smokes or anything, and they tell you to stay away from it, then most likely they're trying to prevent you from becoming them, you know? I've had friends like that too. Like, we're like, damn, I should have stayed away from that. Or like, I shouldn't have done that. And my parents told me to, and I didn't listen to them. And like, I would tell my younger self like, oh, don't do this and that. Just try to. But then it would like change who I am. Like, I wouldn't be like talking like this. I wouldn't dress like this. I probably wouldn't even move schools if I stayed away from that. Not gonna lie. Like, I probably would have still been at Wonderful right now, going to summer school.
I feel like the purpose of our existence is to find it, like to find what we are here for. Not just like religiously, but just like what kind of impact are you gonna make in your life? Whether it's inventing something that's gonna live on, or just helping someone that's gonna help them achieve their success or standpoint.
And I just want to say thank you to everybody who was a part of the video, whether you decided to be on YouTube or not. I just want to say thank you very much for taking your time to record with me and answer these questions.